I was born in 1975 in South Vietnam. It was towards the end of the Vietnam War. So they pretty much took her home, took everything away from us. My father decided that there was no future at all for us in our family in Vietnam. They said, we've got to leave. So they bribed a fisherman to take us to the nearest island. Somehow we got lost and we were out there for 7 days. We ran out of food, ran out of water. Fortunately, we actually ran into a Hong Kong fisherman who was just out there in the ocean, and he actually guided us to the nearest island, and they put us in the refugees camp in Hong Kong because we had to wait for somebody to sponsor us. My family actually had a family friend who knew that we were in Hong Kong. So he actually said, okay, I'll sponsor this family. When we arrived in Fort Smith, Arkansas, my parents had nothing but their clothes that they had on and their 6 children. And it was very, very scary for us. But there was a church that we started having people come over to visit us. They were just so nice to us. And I just remember my father, talking to us, and he's like, I don't know why these people were so nice to us, but maybe we should start going to church. And so after many years of just going to church every Sunday, we actually, a whole family of 8, we have been saved. We actually had accepted Christ in our life, and that's just something that we've never imagined. So I grew up here. I married my husband from South Korea. We really sat down and we talked to each other a lot about, God had a purpose and a reason for us to be here in Northwest Arkansas. My husband and I, were once foreigners in this land. So we actually started reaching out to a lot of the internationals here. What we found when we met with these international families, some of them actually, when they come, they actually never have any interactions with anybody from here. I mean, they just go to school, they come home, and that's it. For them, it's very lonely. There was one family that we met, and they're from China, and we started inviting them to our home. And so we would just, share a relationship, just share our time with them. And after 6 months of being with this family, they knew we were Christians. And they asked us, said, why are you so nice to us? So we actually were able to share with them during that time, and God's love for you. If you show love, there's just no way that even a person who doesn't speak your language will not understand that you're loving them. It really makes them think a little bit like, why? And we would always tell them, God loved us and we want to love them. And that's all we ever asked from them. And then it was a month before they left. They had been attending actually a Chinese church here in town, and they invited us. They said, hey, we want to profess our faith before the church, and we wanted you both to be there because it really has made a big difference in our journey that we have taken. So it was just amazing to see that whole family, the father, the mother, and the son, just professing their faith in front of their church. And they became believers within that 1 year that they were here. We look back how God had loved us before we even knew Him, that we want the whole world to know how wonderful it is, to know the Lord.